I went to live with the Warani tribe, and I was hunting and gathering with warriors. Then they made me queen and asked me to bring back the message about preserving their culture, about protecting their land, and also promoting unity. When I was 9 years old, I learned about deforestation in the Amazon rainforest at school, and ever since it became my dream to go there and live with the tribe. Over the years, I had visions of tribespeople calling me or dreams about them, and I decided at the age of 21, when I was studying television and film at university, to use all my savings and make that childhood dream come true and go to the Amazon rainforest. So I went to live with the Warani tribe, and I was hunting and gathering with warriors. Then they made me queen and asked me to bring back the message about preserving their culture, about protecting their land, and also promoting unity. I made a documentary about this experience called Amazon Souls, which was premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. I made a documentary about this experience called Amazon Souls, which premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and it was distributed worldwide. And then it was a coincidence when I had a meeting with the Ecuadorian government, the president's assistant, about introducing social and economic development programs into the country instead of relying solely on oil for generating economic growth. And at that time, the tribe contacted me and they sent me an email with a proposal, and they asked me to pass it on to the government, the Ecuadorian government. And they asked, it was almost like a peace agreement, because they wanted to preserve their land because it was their home, it provided them sustenance, it was the only thing they knew, their way of life, their lifestyle. And they wanted to protect that, and they wanted to preserve it, and they wanted to promote their unique culture as well. But they were also open to all exploration. They were also open to all exploitation or oil exploration of the Amazon rainforest where they lived, as long as their home wasn't negatively impacted in any way. Because they were trying to understand the Ecuadorian government's perspective, and they were trying to achieve that kind of balance, that peace. And I could understand both sides, and I could advocate for both sides as well now that I'm older and I've had access to more and exposure to more information. I'm able to just have empathy and understand that there needs to be a balance. ESG stands for Environment, Social and Governance, and ESG promotes sustainability of organizations around the globe. So I was working on a startup called ESG Space, and I was developing a platform powered by AI to help organizations strategize and develop their ESG reports. And it's important because it helps organizations be more sustainable. And sustainability is a huge factor now for companies and organizations globally. Because we need to combat climate change, and it has to be a collaborative, collective effort. So governments, organizations, individuals, non-government organizations as well, such as charities, everyone working together with their ESG efforts, ESG opportunities even, and strategies will help combat climate change and hopefully reduce global warming, because we have that the Paris Initiative of keeping the world's temperature below 2 degrees. And I think by everyone playing their part, especially corporations, organizations, doing their part, such as so the environmental, such as keeping the lights off, they're not in use, recycling, obviously, the type of energy that they use, waste as well, energy and waste. They need to think about its distribution, the various stakeholders that they have, and the S stands for social. That's a big one for me because that's an area of focus that I've had in organizations that I've worked with, and the things, and in my work in general. S is social, and it's really important because it helps companies think about their board diversity, the composition of the board, how many women there are as opposed to how many men there are, the different backgrounds of the people. It could be diversity of mind as well as cultures, which helps innovation. When there are different people working together with different mindsets, there are different solutions to the same problem. It's so beneficial for an organization, and they have to think about this because they have to grow. And in this world, to keep competition going and to continuously innovate and be a leader in your field, innovation is important, and diversity leads to innovation a lot of the times. And then the G is governance, so various policies and regulations that a company can abide by to help sustainability practices, including their throughout their supply chains, with their stakeholders, with their employees. These policies will help shape their future and will keep them sustainable, and investors are really interested in seeing at the end of year ESG reports by organizations, and this helps them keep investment flowing in. Space is a passion of mine, so I really enjoy space exploration, learning about space exploration, and I believe that the space sector is benefiting Earth in so many ways. So the first is satellites. There are so many satellites around the globe from various organizations doing with various purposes, positive purposes, and they help with communication, GPS. They help with internet connectivity. They help with broadcasting. They help with agriculture, and they help with defense as well, and the military. And one of my favorite things is connectivity with satellites, because they promote connectivity in rural parts of the world where people don't have access to the internet. Some organizations are actually doing that and helping more of the population be online, and this adds value to this adds a lot of value, because when people are online, they have access to opportunities, including education. The more educated they are, the more opportunities they have, the more they grow, and the more they grow, it's better for their society and their nation and their population and the people that they come across and impact and teach. And I just believe it's so important, and I would love to see more organizations doing this and more satellites providing these capabilities. The ISS is the International Space Station, where there are a lot. It's the largest satellite off the planet in space so far, and the ISS has a lot of groundbreaking scientific experiments, from studying the astronaut's body in microgravity, 3D printing, various tools, and studying cures for diseases such as cancer. For breast cancer even, and I think it was MS. There are various other benefits from the space sector. I was interviewing NASA scientists. I was interviewing engineers and entrepreneurs for a podcast and video series that I made called Spaced Out. I feature some of these interviews, clips from these interviews in the talk, in my presentation. And they were telling me about the Mars rover missions, which I reported on for Space Channel a few years ago. And the NASA scientist told me, Jim Green was his name, that the Earth may be like Venus very soon because of global warming. If we don't act soon, then we won't be able to preserve humanity. And to preserve humanity, we need to populate Mars, the red planet. And I believe Elon Musk is trying to work on that with Starship, the biggest rocket that he's been working on developing, and all the launches that he's had so far. There hasn't been complete success yet, but each time with engineering innovation and advancement, there's some more success. And that spaceship, I believe, is going to take us to Mars and help us become a spacefaring civilization. So space exploration and space tourism is also very important because it helps individuals experience the overview effect. When they see this beautiful blue and green marble from space, they understand that we are all one, that we are all living together as brothers and sisters or as fellow earthlings on this planet, and so we must preserve it. It helps people with understanding the importance of combating climate change, sustainability needs, and requirements for the planet and for the people as well to act upon that. And it helps with empathy and understanding.